Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Zac. Zac is from Atlanta in Georgia in the USA. So let's see what Zac has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Zac.
Hi William, how are you, buddy?
So how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm very good. Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time on Sunday morning to do this interview with me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very good. Zac, just before we start the game, just tell me where are you from?
I am from Atlanta, Georgia, United States.
Amazing. And what's the best part of living in Atlanta?
Most of the time it's the weather. It's always hot. Sometimes we have cold winters, but there's a lot to do outside if you're an outdoorsy person.
Amazing. And what's the most challenging part?
Also the heat and the traffic. We have like some highways with 6-lane roads, and Atlanta's kind of a melting pot of people from all over the country, if not the world. And some of them they're still trying to get used to the driving.
Hey, it's great. And what do you do for a living, Zac?
I'm actually a full-time student. I was in the military, Navy. And so right now I'm using the GI Bill that they gave me for all my housing and all my bills. And then, but as long as I stay in school full time and make good grades, they'll keep that going. So I kind of got the good end of the stick with that one.
Absolutely, that's for sure. And how long you're in the Navy for?
I was in the Navy for 4 years, 2010 to 2014. Best 4 years of my life, actually. A lot of fun. A lot of travel.
Hey. and your family all based as well in Atlanta?
Yes, most of them, yeah. My immediate family.
Okay, cool. Okay, Zac, so welcome to William and the Magic Box. So, yeah. I've got here my lovely box full of random fun questions, okay? So, I'm just gonna play some music just for us to get in the mood before the first question. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Hope you like it. Okay, Zac, let's go for the first question. Right, describe yourself in a positive word and a negative word only.
Positive words. I've been kind of dealing with this lately. Is like I'm kind of an empath, so I always am very sensitive to people's feelings, and I think that's kind of a gift in a certain way that all you want to do is just make sure people are comfortable, and I do that with all of my friends and all of my family, and I think that comes off, genuine and just being a good friend and just overall, just having good relationships. But I think also it could be my downfall because a lot of that goes with people pleasing, and that can also be unhealthy to the point to where you're putting other people's needs before your own, and so you're seeing them flourish, but then you're kind of falling at the waistline. So yeah, that's probably a positive and negative. They go hand in hand pretty much.
And I believe sometimes you need to find a balance as well, not to get yourself too involved or let yourself down as well.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Let's go for the second question. Right. Let's do it. Hey, Zac, just before the next question, tell me, what do you miss the most about your journey during the Navy?
The people, definitely. You kind of obtain these sisterhoods and brotherhoods going through boot camp and then A school and learning the rate, and then your first ship. And I was put on an aircraft carrier, the United States Nimitz. And so I guess saying goodbye was the hardest thing, but it's the people that help you get through everything. You're stronger together. They're your comfort. So I miss them very much, but I still keep in contact with most of them.
Good, very good. Next question for you is, what is the worst pickup line have you ever heard?
Oh gosh, this is a hard one. I have had a pickup line. I used to live in Seattle, and I went to a club with some friends and my boyfriend at the time, and there was a guy that kept taking my hat off my head, and he was like, I wanted to kind of take your hat and then run off with it, and you come back and ask me for it. And he used that same line that you've heard on TV and stuff. I've lost my phone number, can I get yours? And I'm just like, you must be drunk, because nobody says that. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I've ever gotten. I'm pretty outgoing, so I don't, and a lot of that stuff kind of goes over my head.
Was he a good looking at least?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
So if you ever want to go to the Cup in Seattle, it's really fun.
Great. Next question. Hey, Zac from Seattle, no, from Atlanta. Right. Next question for you is, what's your funniest memory of a date that you had?
The fondest memory would probably have to be in 2012 when I started dating this guy, a wonderful guy, and we were getting pretty serious, and he rented out this little French restaurant, and there was nobody there except for the waiters. Brought out champagne, and then halfway through the meal, he got down on one knee and proposed. And so that was pretty magical. Obviously, it didn't work out in the long run, but it was an amazing date, amazing dinner. I cried, I think.
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice.
Yeah.
And how long the relationship was for?
We worked together for a full of 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not every day that someone go on their knees and propose in the restaurant.
I know,
so
it's like old school, right?
Sweet and cute and nice as well. That's
it was.
sure.
There's still chivalry. Chivalry is not dead.
Next question. Right, for the next question, tell me about how was your experience being gay during the Navy? Do you have any trouble? Was easy? Share some.
I did. I joined in 2010. So you know that Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal didn't happen until 2012 with the Barack Obama. So when I joined, I had to sign documents saying that I was not a homosexual or that would not perform in those activities. But then, so that was pretty hard. I was dating Jason at the time, and his name was just Jen, so I kind of just switched the pronouns. But then when the Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal happened, everybody was happy. We had kind of a celebration on the ship. People were passing around rainbow cupcakes and stuff like that, because, you know, there's a lot of us in the military. People just don't know about it, I guess. But it was like a weight had been lifted off of all of our shoulders, because then we could be our true selves. And when you have such good friendships and relationships in the military, all you want to be is completely 100% honest. And being forced back into the closet when I joined was pretty hard. So when we came out again in 2012, it was kind of like a re-coming out celebration. So.
Wow. And you never kind of had any trouble, any problem during your experience there, being gay?
No, not at all. I think in the beginning, people, they were a little apprehensive with me and you know, doing regular jobs around the boat. But they knew that they knew that it was still me. You know, I was still the same person, and my sexuality is just a small part of who I am. So yeah, I didn't have any problems, which was good.
Very good. Right. If you could live anywhere else in the world, where that would be and why?
Anywhere else in the world? I would like to do a stint in Thailand because I went there. We stopped there on our deployment for 4 days, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was affordable, and everybody was just having a good time. It seemed like the locals were happy. My fellow sailors were happy. It was just kind of like a paradise. We were in Phuket, so that was a smaller town than like Bangkok or anything like that, but it was extremely nice. So I would love to go spend maybe 2 or 3 years over there, and so that might be a little plan I could do.
Never know, can happen anytime.
Yeah.
Another question, Zac. Let's do it. Okay, Zac from Atlanta. Next question for you is, what's the biggest prize you ever won?
Biggest prize? I never really won anything, William. One time I won a 2-week membership to a gym, and then I started going, and then I realized halfway through my little temporary membership that everybody won. So it went from like, yeah, I feel special to, okay, this is kind of like everyone won. So okay, great. Yeah, that's probably why I don't gamble, because I never win anything. I've done the radio call-ins and stuff, but
how about something, let's say, sentimental or something emotional, anything that sticks to your head? Doesn't need to be like material, something that you consider as a prize.
Probably my car. I bought a 2003 Jeep, and I've wanted one ever since I was in high school, which was around those times. And I just finally it was a beater. It was like a lemon, so I've had to put quite a bit of money into it, but it's paid for, it's mine. It's a Jeep that I've wanted for 17 years. And so just saving up and I just went out and bought it, hands down. I didn't think twice. And so that's my favorite thing I like to work on, and one of my hobbies is making it all nice again. And I like taking old things and then giving them life. So that's my prize right now.
See? There's always something that we consider as a prize or something we're proud of, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Another question for you.
All right.
Let's do it. Right, for the next question, I'd like you to share, let's say, a fun story or that you had during your career during the Navy. Funny or something crazy or something unexpected.
Oh.
Or a scary moment, maybe.
It might be scary, yeah. So I used to work on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier, and I was the yellow jersey that would move the aircraft to the catapults. And it's you always have to keep your head on a swivel, because there's people moving stuff in all different directions, and if you don't pay attention, something can happen. And there was one really hot day. We were right off the coast of Syria, and we were about to start flight operations, and a girl who was pretty new wasn't paying attention, and she stepped in front of the intake of an F-18, and all I saw was her body just go whoop. And we have helmets on just to walk around, and sound attenuators for a lot of protection and PPE, and her helmet was not on correctly, and so because it was not on correctly, it came loose and it stopped the intake. And so she was saved. She was fine. I was one of the people that helped pull her out. So it was quite an experience. Luckily, no one was hurt. But you hear stuff. You hear you know, these crazy situations happen all the time. Those things I don't miss. But that was probably the talk of the entire deployment, all 8 months. Yeah.
Wow, very scary.
Very
Okay.
scary.
Okay, next question for you is, what keeps you up at nights?
Oh, I'm such an insomniac. I think about things all the time. I try not to live in this like world of fear or worry, but I think that's just human nature to just think at night when you're about to go to sleep. I guess mine is moving forward. Like, what am I gonna do? What's my next step after graduation? What I want to do with my life? Because I've reached a point, especially being in my 30s now, is you always have to keep moving forward. You can't be stuck in the past, and you can't have anything hold you down. And I have to keep moving. And that plays a part in my happiness and my joy. So I guess I do worry about what's going to happen next, but I just try to calm myself down, whether it be with meditation or something like that, and just hope everything's going to work out for the best. And it typically does. So.
Are you a day or night person?
I'm a night person for sure, night owl. Yeah,
So
I mean, I'll do stuff during the day, but at nighttime I'm more alive. Everything's quiet everywhere else, and so I can concentrate.
And I believe doing your time in the Navy was quite hard, because I'm sure you need to wake up quite early over there, no? Or yeah, have a
we would work 18-hour days. I mean, you go to the gym, you go to sleep, you wake up, eat, go back to work. It's just a non-stop cycle. So
great. Next question.
all right.
Right. Zac, what makes you the happiest?
Family and friends. And I know that's kind of cliche, but I think having close friendships and relationships are what make life worth living. Another thing that makes me happy is being successful. And you know, finding someone that you can spend your life with, possibly, or just being happy being single, you know, just things that make me happy. I love to garden. I love to drive around, go hiking. We have a lot of great trails here in Georgia, especially in the mountains. Camping is a big plus. I have the Jeep for it now.
I love camping.
So those are things that are just nice that you can just enjoy, and they're not too far away from home, and they're just good for everyday things.
Do you have brother and sister as well?
I do. I have one sister. Yes, she is 5 years younger than me. So
you are the big boy of the family.
I am the big boy. I'm the man of the house.
Great, very good. Another question. Okay, Zac, before the next question, as being gay, you always had the support of your family?
No, I grew up in a Southern Baptist family. That's a denomination of Christianity. When I came out at 18, back in 2004, there was a big falling out. And so I moved away from my family to Atlanta, and didn't talk to them for about 3 years.
Wow.
And and then so I just called my mom one day to, I think it was like a Mother's Day or something, just to say, hey, we haven't talked. And then it kind of just snowballed into this conversation of, we miss you, we love you, we don't care about this, we accept you. Just know that we don't always agree with everything for us personally, but we just want you to be happy. And so then from then, my family just kind of exploded into another relationship, friendship, and now I'm closer than ever to my family, and it's great. I don't necessarily talk about a lot of gay situations, and that's what my friends are for, really. but it's to a point to where if I say I'm dating this guy, they can still talk about it.
I see.
Yeah.
And when you look back, Zach, when you look back through that situation when you need to move out because of you're not accepted being gay, when you look back, what do you think, what the positive side of it that made the person who you are at the time when you look back? What was the positive part of it when you look back that situation?
Right. Well, I think, lesbians, gays, bis, trans, all of it. I think it forces you to grow up faster than you would expect. And so I'm thankful that I was able to go out on my own and find myself and have a positive support system of friends when I moved to Atlanta. And it was you count your blessings, and I was lucky in that situation. So I think just growing up, I feel wiser and older in a 35-year-old than I think a lot of people would. It's taught me to not worry so much about things, because if I could get through that, I could get through anything. So it's made me more hopeful than anything that everything does work out for the good. So yeah,
I think every gay person, doesn't matter how you've been raised or being accepted or not, I think all of us, we have a kind of a natural protection inside, like a strength that I think I straight, because we need we need to prove something more that, let's say, a straight person, because we are different in a way. Mm-hmm. So I think all of us, we grew up with this kind of strength like inside, that if we don't know that we have or not, you just realize when we grow up, when you kind of find, when you face difficulties in life because being gay, or when you face challenging in life, that's where it flows up and you say, okay, I know where it's come from. I think all of us, we have this, we are different, like, what I mean, in society we are different, but we've got this beautiful strength that is hidden somewhere. It just flows up when we need it. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Next question for you is, what is a significant event that has changed you?
I was married at one time, and I don't want this whole interview to be sad or scary, but it's just the truth.
Absolutely.
I was married, and he passed away in our third year. So I think you hear and see things like that, and you don't expect it to happen to you. I'm so surprised that I made it through that on the other side, where I could eventually be myself and be happy again and not dwell on that situation, because I loved him very much. And that was a huge awakening for me, knowing that life is so short and you have to take care of yourself, and you have to be healthy. And that's a huge thing that's played a part in me losing weight, because I got heavy at one point, but not only keeping a healthy body, but keeping a healthy mind, like going to therapy and stuff like that. There's no shame in that.
Nope.
And it's just that was a big awakening for me. Yeah. But I think life throws things at you that you can take, that aren't too overbearing, so that you can grow and help people down the road.
Totally agree. And you said something very interesting. You said about there's no shame of look for help, or and you know what I heard the other day? I read somewhere saying that actually when you look for help, it's a sign of strength, of being strong. And I found quite interesting, because you're not expecting something much with each other.
Yeah.
Are you okay to talk about the situation or not? Are you okay to talk about
yeah, I can.
How long were you together for, and what happened, if you can share?
We were together for a year in dating, and then I proposed in our second year, and when we were married, he passed away in the late end of our third year. So he passed away in January of 2018. He was epileptic.
See.
And he was also a drinker, which I was too heavily. I don't drink anymore. But with, I think, bringing awareness to people that take prescription medications that are necessary and mixing them with alcohol have consequences. And he burned a hole in his colon or his digestive tract from that, and he bled out. And I didn't even know it until I had asked my neighbor to go over there and check on him because I hadn't heard from him. I was in the hospital for dehydration and stress because he had just lost his job, so you're kind of in that lower point of life. And yeah, it was just like the nail in the coffin. It broke me, and it took a lot to bring me back up. I cried for a very long time, but
as you said before, things happen to us in life that when we are going through tough times, sometimes we don't see the positive part of it, or we sometimes don't see what we're going to learn or what we're going to take out of that, because of course when we are in the situation you don't even think straight. But in the future, after years and years, you kind of, when you start to mold your emotions again, or your, like to feel like you understand, sometimes you find why it went through, you learn a lot out of it as well, that's for sure. And I think that's what life is about. Sometimes we're gonna go up and down a lot of time in our lives, and in a way, I know it's strange what I'm gonna say, but in a way that's what makes life interesting and understanding as well. Yeah,
agreed.
That's for sure.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay, Zac, let's get another question for you. Ready? I've enjoyed the show so far, by the way.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
nice.
Great.
Nice to talk. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the Magic Box, that's the whole point of the game. Just make us, share experience, and I'm sure people who watch the interview, they appreciate as well, and they find out, and they can realize that they are not alone out there. There are so many people, around the globe that's going through so much joy and sadness and experience that's sharing. I think that's what life is about as well, just sharing our experience to connect with other people around the world. That's what's the Magic Box.
Another learning experience. Yeah, I like it.
Very good, very good. Another question for you then. Let's do it.
All right.
And I can see you like dancing. You are very modest.
I like to be. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, next question for you is, who do you count the most for help?
Probably my mother. My mother, they say mom is God in the eyes of a child, and I firmly believe that when you're a child and with a boy, and especially a gay boy, I think they tend to gravitate towards their mothers because they want that acceptance and that love, and moms really know how to just fulfill that need in that situation. And so if I ever have a problem, a lot of times I'll try to deal with it on my own so I don't burden her with it, but she knows that if it gets to the point to where I can't handle it, it's call mama time. But yeah, she's my hero, so yeah, I would do anything for her.
I agree. I think, as I said before, I think mom, they know exactly what's going on. Even though if you try to hide properly or kind of they know yeah. It. They know it's something. Exactly. They know if something is wrong, but they know as well when something's very beautiful and nice, when you are flourishing, like things are going in a good direction. That's for sure. I totally agree with you. Yeah, and as you said, being gay as well, we have this connection with them, isn't it? It's like this comfort that we find. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
She's gonna be very happy to see that during the interview in the future. That's for sure.
I'll have to show it to her.
Great. Another question. Okay, Zac. As you, I'm sure you love the experience you had during the Navy, the military, but tell me something that you don't miss at all, something that was negative, or something that you don't miss at all during your time over there.
There's been a couple of times where I've been in situations and living places that I've had to walk on eggshells with people that I didn't really get along with in that house. And that's kind of a everyday. If you go to bed and you feel uncomfortable, and you wake up in the morning and you feel uncomfortable because of the people you're surrounded by, I think it kind of hurts you right in the core, because you just want to be yourself, but you have to be quiet, or you have to walk around people and hope not to have a little conversation with them as possible. And I lived with a couple of people in New Jersey where I had that issue, and it just became to the point to where me and the guy that I was dating at the time, we just picked up everything and moved to Vegas. He had always wanted to live in Vegas, so we were just like, we've got to get out of this situation, because it's not only hurting the friendship that we had before, but it's kind of cramped, and we had been there for 6 months, and it was time to just go. So that was a very uncomfortable time.
All right. Okay, Zac, what is the soundtrack of your life, and why you consider that?
Oh man. Soundtrack of my life. Probably, it'd probably be a country song. I don't know which one right now, but it would be one that tells a story, of course, because I feel like that's my life. It's a story of ups and downs, but I like the ending of most country songs, and it usually is something, it all turns out good.
Yeah.
So just listen to country for a little while, and yeah, you'll see my life pop up.
the countryside music, they are full of drama, full of emotions, full of
Very
like
emotions.
It's rare, everything is like, bro, they show everything in your face, all the lyrics are there. But as you said, in the end, there's always a melancholic, beautiful thing in the end. That's for sure.
Very true. That's it.
But I come from Brazil. I come from the countryside, small town as well. When you have those, those music, very dramatic, melancholic, full of passion as well. And as you said, in the end, there's always a positive, good thing in the end. That's for sure.
You guys are. I have a really good friend that was a flight attendant with me, and he's from Brazil. He's very charismatic and colorful, and I love him to death. I miss him a lot, but he's always like, you should go see what Brazil's like.
Yeah, I think Brazilian people we are raised with a lot of, the Brazilian soap operas, full of drama, full of intensity. I think, yes. It's funny, you made me remember now. I've got an English friend from Liverpool, and once I went for dinner, and he just said to me like, "Oh, William, I really liked you," but the way he said, expressed himself, the way he kind of like a friendship. I think he touched my hand, my arm like this. Oh, I really liked something like that, and I said to him, "Now let's imagine me express myself the way I like you." And he said to me, "William, this rule would be enough for your extravagant." He said to me, I said, "You know me very well. You know already the Brazilian people, how things are." Mm-hmm. Another question.
All right.
Okay, Zac from Atlanta. Next question for you is, what hurt your feelings?
I used to take constructive criticism pretty badly, but I've gotten a lot better with that. I guess when somebody insults something that's true, if I know if it's not true, it doesn't bother me that much. But if somebody talks bad about my family or friends or the guy that I'm dating, that stings, but then my protective mode comes in. But what hurts my feelings? Probably what hurts everyone's feelings. I think like somebody insulting your appearance or insulting your character. If somebody ever tells me that I'm a bad person, I would just explode. So yeah, just when you have an intention of being a genuine friend or family member, and then somebody gets mad at something, and they, even if they're just saying out of anger and they don't mean it, it still stings really bad. So that's probably it.
Like not being fair. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I think
Don't judge my character.
Yeah. They don't know if, yeah, as you said, if they don't know, what's the point to judge without knowing?
Absolutely.
Zac, 3 questions left for you.
Oh no.
Next question for you is, what is the first thing you usually think about when you wake up?
It's the first thing I think about. I think about my day. What am I going to do today that's productive and earning my way into society? What do I bring to the world today? That's the thing. I always try to do something, at least one big positive thing. Yesterday I put up new light fixtures in my mom's house. It made her very happy. It was Mom's Day present type thing. Just doing one thing where you can kind of make someone else's life a little easier. I have the time now because I'm in school, but it's just giving back, paying it forward. How am I going to do that today? And then do your meditation, take your shower, drink your coffee, go out and do it.
Simple as that.
Simple.
Oh, 2 questions left.
All right.
Can you speak another language besides English?
I dabbled in Spanish for a little while, and I was to the point where I could carry on a conversation, but years ago, very early 20s, and so if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So I'm pretty sure if I downloaded that Babbel app or something like that, I could pretty much pick up on where I left off, but not right now. I only speak English. But I think if I were to learn fluently another language, it would be Spanish, because we have such a large, diverse country, and Spanish is a very large language that's used in common. So
great. Right, good question. If you could sit down with yourself when you were 13 years old, what would you say?
It gets easier. High school is hard for me. Middle school is hard for me because I got picked on. So if I could just tell myself, it's gonna get better, don't worry. Just wait till after high school. Things are gonna get better with the bullying type side. It's not gonna get easier because you have to adult then, but it does get better. So I wish somebody would have told me that.
It's one of my favorite phrases. It doesn't get easier, but you get better. Yes. I like that. I like that a lot. It can go any direction, this phrase. Zac, ready for the last question?
Sure.
Let's do it. Last one. For a minute, I could see you singing the song. It's in Portuguese.
No, I was adding in William and his magic box and between some of that.
Oh, right. Before the last question, I would like you to tell me something that I only can find in Atlanta, cannot find anywhere else in America or in the world. Something unique.
Atlanta. We have Southern hospitality down here, so we'll open doors for you. We'll wave at you. If you say something wrong, we'll just say, "Oh, bless his heart." And we are a friendly people, most of us, and you can't miss our sweet Georgia peaches. So
great,
they're really good. Yeah, you have to come down and get some.
Very good. Okay, let's do the last question now. Let's say that if you met someone sad in the streets, what would be your advice to this person?
That was just sitting in the street?
No, sad. If you met someone sad in the street, what would be your advice to this person?
I would ask them what's wrong first, I think, um, and then I would go from there. So it's kind of a tough question because it really just depends on what's going on in their life. I would try to tie it in with mine and let them know what I have done or have. We'll say someone, lost their marriage because of drugs. I would try to tie it in with some of the addictions that I've had in my life and how I got through it, and how recovery is probably one of the best things that saved my life. That's just an example. But yeah, I try to find something in common so that I can give the best advice that I can. I think it's more personable that way, and they can look at you as a human being instead of this person on the side of the street trying to give me advice and they know nothing about my life. So I'd have to have a conversation with them first for sure.
Great. Okay, Zac, let's play now the quick thinking game. So I'm going to give away some words, and you just have one word that comes to your mind. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Let's start with religion.
Church.
Okay. Money.
Money makes misery easier, but does not make you happy.
Oh. Love.
Love. Love is everything.
Family.
Support system.
Okay. Life.
Is worth living. Life.
Sex.
Can't get enough of it.
Right. Politics.
Liberal.
Okay. Fear.
Being alone.
Friendship.
There's so many things. They're also family. Family pops into my head.
Okay. Regrets.
No regrets.
Success.
Achieving your goals.
Okay. Happiness.
Is your choice. You choose to be happy.
I agree. Wish.
To be successful in life. That's
okay.
Fun.
And if I tell you Atlanta, one word.
It's hot. It's really hot here.
Right. And if I tell you military navy, one word.
Military, one word. Amazing.
Okay. And the last one now. United States of America, one word.
Also very amazing. Amazing.
Cool. Right, so let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely mom, yeah, for a cup of tea, and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Zac, in your opinion, and tell me something that he still needs to improve on. What do you think your lovely mom will tell me?
Oh, William. She would say that I have a gift of mercy, and I try to be graceful throughout life. But the things I need to work on are maybe having more of a filter. Because I kind of just say things. It kind of goes with my not really worrying about what people think and just say it. I think people want to be honest, but she'll say that I'm very honest, which could be a good thing or a bad thing.
That's true. That's true.
And I would need to work on that.
Cool.
And maybe with a little more finesse.
Okay, Zac. Let's pretend now I'm going. Let's play now. Zac and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But okay, Zac.
I had to do a Madonna.
Right, you can ask me a question now.
So, I've never been to Brazil. What are 3 places that I have to see that are vital to knowing the Brazilian culture?
I love the question. Beautiful. Okay, so I would say if you go to Brazil for the very first time, I think that Rio de Janeiro is our postcard. So I think Rio de Janeiro is the must first place at least to go, because there you're gonna find the mountains, the seaside, you know, the high buildings, the modernity, everything's in one city. I think it's a magical place to be. I think when you go to Rio de Janeiro, I've been there a few times with foreign friends, and all of them, they were like, oh my god, I don't want to go home, I don't want to go back home. So it's a beautiful city. So I think Rio de Janeiro can see you know, the I mean, not the music, but I think over there you have a vibe, what Brazil is, you know. But the thing is, Brazil, like states, we have different states, and each state you go, you feel in a different country, because we are so diverse, and a lot of the culture is very unique in each place you go. But I think Rio de Janeiro can have a feeling what Brazil is, you know. You can have this vibe, okay, I'm in Brazil now. When you get there, you feel like, okay, I'm in Brazil, yeah. After that, I think if you go to the south of Brazil, have you heard about the waterfalls called Foz do Iguaçu, Iguaçu Falls?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So if you go to the south, at the very south of Brazil, and actually I've been there for the very first time. Last time I went to Brazil 3 years ago with my best friend who lives in Canada. And being a Brazilian person, I was impressed with how beautiful it is. And you are in the south of Brazil, so you can see, you can feel a little bit of the difference of the weather as well. There's a bit, like, let's say, colder, a bit not less warm, and the people as well. You feel like sometimes you are in Europe, yeah, if you go to the south of Brazil. And actually, and after that, I would like you to, if you could, go to the very north. There is a place called Salvador. It's a state called Bahia. It's very famous. And over there is you feel on a different country. The contrast between the south and, let's say, Bahia is very different, because mostly there is they have local religions as well. Candomblé. You only in Salvador, in Bahia, you can find that as well. The food is totally different, very spicy food. So I think those three places. I mean, I should say where I come from, because I'm very proud there, but I didn't, because I come from Mato Grosso. You know, I feel guilty now. If you have like 3 more days, go to my place where I come from. You're gonna see the beautiful, the forest. You know, it's a beautiful place. But yes, Rio de Janeiro, the south, and after you go to the north, where Bahia is. I think you're gonna see the diversity of Brazil, and you're gonna see how the difference we are. And but yeah, Rio de Janeiro will be the first very place you could go. Is Rio de Janeiro, where you're gonna feel the vibe, like, hey, I'm in Rio de Janeiro, I'm in Brazil now.
Very good, very good.
I love the question. I've done already over almost 400 people worldwide, and no one asked this question yet. So
yeah,
for you, very good. Yes, good for you. Zac, did you have a good time?
I did. I had a great time, William. I appreciate you reaching out.
Thanks so much. Thanks for being kind and sweet and open as well to share your life. I mean, you went through so much in life, and I think it's good for you to share as well, because, as I said before, I think sometimes we go through tough times and we think that we are the only person going through that right now, and it's not. There are so many people going through the same situation as us. Not just that, but beautiful time as well. You're experiencing in the Navy. Oh my God! I don't know if you realize, I was asking so much questions regarding, because I was fascinated about it, and I think that's what makes the show interesting. Just people sharing, you know, their life, sharing experience. That's what makes life interesting.
You never know what you can learn from someone else's story.
Absolutely. And before you go, if you don't mind to share a positive quote or a positive message, something that inspires you.
I told you about how I like to move forward in life. So life is like riding a bicycle. So to keep your balance and make it, you have to keep moving. I love that quote. It's just, you just have to keep on a steady pace, a steady path, keep moving forward, keep doing things that are positive and helping other people, and that'll bring you happiness, and that's what brings me happiness. It's just bettering yourself and bettering the quality of lives of people around you as best as you can.
and the fact that we are live and we have opportunities just to make mistakes and to, I think that's is a gift, and I think we need just to enjoy and, and face life, and that's life's too short for us just to, get granted. Yeah, so let's make the most of it. That's for sure.
All right. Thank you so much.
It was
William.
a pleasure. Thanks so much. Okay, all the
right,
best.
have a good day.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.